When Abraham is asked by Hashem in this week's Parsha, Lech, Lecha, to travel and to leave the comfort of his home, his community, his family, and he does. Where does he go? He travels to Canaan, to the land that's now Eretz Yisrael, the Holy Land. And as he does so, he brings with him his wife, his brother's son, Lot, and together they bring also their students, the souls that they have acquired, that they've taught to travel with them, to be with them. And it's interesting that they sort of shelter them. They keep them very safe. In fact, it's sort of a mystery how outgoing Abraham is on the one hand, and how he's supposed to also maintain a sort of decorum inside his home. Rav Hirsch points out that one of the great challenges he had when he went to fight for Lot later on in the Parsha is the challenge of having to now expose these students of his, these very sensitive souls, to the outside world. And the outside world is sometimes beautiful and can sometimes entrap people with its beauty, with its comforts. And one of the challenges in life is finding a balance between going out and teaching people how to behave and how to be a good person like Abraham did on the one hand, and to maintain a higher level on the other. There's lots of stories that people have shared with me of a Shabbat guest that came over who was not on the same level of standard of tzniut, of modesty, of humility, of the right language to use, those sorts of things. And yeah, that happens. And I've seen that happen at my own Shabbat table sometimes. But there has to be some sort of balance. We need to find ways to encourage everybody to come on the one hand, and we need to really strengthen before they come. We need to have these conversations at home to make sure that we have a sort of decorum and a level that cannot be in any way impinged upon. That's one of the challenges that Abraham had, and it's a challenge that we've had ever since, of having this balance between what's right and what's kosher, and a sort of insulation of the right things in our home, and on the other hand, having to be outgoing and going out into the world and being makar of people and being a light unto the nations, and somehow being introverts and extroverts at the same time. Everybody has these challenges in different ways, I'm sure. The only thing that we can hope for is that, as Hashem tells Abraham, that Abraham will be a bracha. So that's one of the reasons why he's such a central part of the first blessing in the Shemona Esrei, which we end with the words Magen Abraham, that we hope that Hashem can be a Magen for us, can protect us, and make sure that as we go out into the world, we're still able to maintain our higher level. Have a Shabbat Shalom.